let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a really unique source, daily heavenly manna, and specifically a reflection from July 12th. Our mission, for this deep dive, it's to explore a powerful, very specific definition of freedom that's presented in this text. It all centers on this verse from John 8:36. If the Son, therefore, shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for me. This source claims that true disciples, right, by heeding the word of the great teacher and continuing as his pupils, they're set free from more than just, well, external constraints. So we're going to look at what exactly this freedom indeed means and, the surprising personal transformations it's said to bring about.
And what's fascinating here, I think, is how this passage outlines such a distinct process of liberation. It suggests this internal shift, really, that leads to a profound reorientation of one's inner state.
Yeah.
It isn't just about feeling unbound. It seems to be about becoming fundamentally different from within.
A profound reorientation. Okay, that sounds like the very core of this freedom indeed. The source mentions liberation from superstitions and ignorance, and also, critically, from the service of sin. Now, for those of us maybe encountering these terms, how can we understand superstitions and ignorance in a broader sense? And what does service of sin truly mean in the context of this text?
That's an excellent question. So when the text talks about freedom from superstitions and ignorance, it's probably not just about specific, old beliefs. It could be more broadly about being liberated from unchallenged assumptions, maybe unexamined biases, or even those self-limiting thoughts that hold us back.
Yeah.
It's about clarity, a clearer perception, and the service of sin. Well, you could understand that as being sort of enslaved by self-defeating habits, right? Or negative emotional patterns, maybe unconscious drives that keep us from being our better selves. This source seems to posit that the Son in that verse represents a transformative principle, maybe an ultimate truth, a deep understanding that liberates you from these internal kinds of bondage.
Right, that definitely brings a completely different dimension to the whole idea of freedom. So if this Son, or this ultimate truth, is the catalyst, how does this reorientation of one's inner state actually happen? What's the roadmap, sort of, that the text lays out? How do you get to these profound internal changes?
Well, the source implies it's an ongoing process. It's about aligning with the word of the great teacher, which, you could interpret as a consistent pursuit of wisdom and truth. And it highlights the importance of developing a correct appreciation of one's own natural weaknesses and blemishes. What's insightful here, I think, is that this isn't about self-condemnation at all. It's more like a humble, honest self-assessment. By truly understanding your own limitations and flaws, you're kind of paradoxically freed from that need to constantly prove yourself or project an image or maintain some false sense of perfection.
Okay, so that's the how behind becoming free from pride and boastfulness, like the text describes. It's by embracing humility that you actually gain a stronger, more genuine sense of self.
Interesting. And how does this internal shift then relate to the other benefits the text mentions? Things like patience, generosity, and peace.
Exactly. If you're no longer sort of enslaved by the service of sin, those self-defeating habits like anger, spite, selfishness, then those negative reactions just start to lose their power over you. When you're not driven by pride, anger, well, it dissipates more easily, right? When you're not consumed by selfishness, generosity can flow more naturally. The text suggests this profound inner liberation cultivates joy and peace instead of discontent and bitterness of spirit. It's an internal shift that blesses rather than injures. It creates positive qualities as a direct result of being freed from the negative ones. It's really about self-mastery, not external control. So wrapping this up a bit, what does this all mean for us? Our deep dive into daily heavenly manna really reveals a concept of freedom that's deeply transformative. It describes a liberation that fosters humility, patience, generosity, actively counteracting pride, anger, and selfishness. It truly paints a picture of a comprehensive internal shift. It asserts that the Son alone can make us free indeed, which, as you said, can be understood as an ultimate truth setting you free.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it does raise an important question for you, the listener. When you consider what it truly means to be free, do you primarily focus on external freedoms, things like, financial independence or physical movement? Or do you consider these profound internal qualities, humility, patience, peace, as maybe the ultimate indicators? This source really challenges us to look beyond the obvious, doesn't it? And to ponder what true inner liberation might actually entail for you, regardless of external circumstances.
Definitely a lot to think about from this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring and seeking those unique insights.